In this video, I'm going to show you a new feature we've added to make sure that you don't accidentally SMS customers at the wrong time. Inside the settings for Smooth Messenger, there's a setting here for when it's acceptable to send SMS to your clients. You can choose the days and the times when it's acceptable. The impact of that now is that if you have a workflow rule that accidentally runs at the wrong time, we help you to avoid accidentally disturbing your customer. I've had a few reports of where workflow rules have accidentally triggered at 5 a.m. and customers have been a bit upset as a result, getting 5 a.m. text messages. Now what will happen is that if the workflow rule triggers at 5 a.m., the message will get stored in our backend, and we wait until the appropriate time based on this sending window to send it out. Importantly, this sending window is based on the recipient's time zone rather than your time zone. For example, if you were dealing with customers in Australia and the US, the time zones are radically different, but you can trust that regardless of when the workflow rule triggers, it's gonna send it out at the appropriate time for that person. The way that it knows what time zone to use is based on the phone number. We're able to detect what time zone someone is in based on the country code and the area code of their phone number. So for example, this one here to my number, I'm in Australia, and it automatically recognizes that the relevant time zone is South Australia, which is pretty much correct. And as a result, we can see what happens here. I triggered a workflow SMS at 9 a.m., which is 8:30 a.m. South Australia time. The message status was updated to scheduled at 9:01, and then at 9 a.m. in South Australian time, the message was sent out. The great thing about this is that you can rest easy knowing that your customers are not going to accidentally get spammed. They're generally going to be happier to be receiving SMS at a time that is socially acceptable. What I'd generally recommend is that you set your start time no earlier than 8 a.m. and the end time no later than 8 p.m. Messages outside those times, people may still be waking up or getting ready for bed, and they probably won't appreciate it if you send a message outside those times. You also would want to consider if sending on weekends is appropriate. It may be safer to have weekends off. What our system will do in that case is that if it was, for example, triggered at 8:01 p.m. on a Friday, the message will get rescheduled with this configuration for 9:03 a.m. on Monday.